but if you want that real local feel, we have that. Downtown Willoughby, my hometown, to see that change as I was growing up and to still be able to go down there. They do a Rib Fest, they do all these live music events. There's
Oh,
just
nice.
so much out here.
My name is Kevin McIntosh, and this is The Closing Table, where we talk to experts about their experience in real estate all across the country. Let's go. Welcome back to The Closing Table. I am your host. I go by the name of Kevin C. McIntosh, and joining us on this episode, we will be speaking with real estate agent Amanda Vereshack-Erickson, also known as Realtor Mandy. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. Love to be here. Love to have education, getting from guests, professional guests, I should say, on the show. So let's have some fun starting things off. I got a quick icebreaker for us, Amanda, and we want to. It's a game called This or That. I have some words and or phrases related to real estate. I just need you to choose one. It's based off your own experience, merits, whatever characteristics, whatever you choose. You ready?
Absolutely.
All right. First one. Gated community or open neighborhood?
I'm an open neighborhood.
Okay. Modern or historic?
I'm a mix. I like a little bit of both.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. No problem. Move-in ready or fixer-upper?
I'm a move-in ready person now, but 20 years ago, I was a fixer-upper.
Interesting. Lastly, home inspection or appraisal?
Home inspection.
Okay. Interesting. All right. We just wanted to play that quick back and forth icebreaker game. Thank you for playing that with us. So let's get into it. I want to first start off by you taking the opportunity, 60 seconds or less, and tell us, who is Amanda outside of real estate?
First and foremost, I'm a mom. Everything I do is for my family. 3 amazing young men, I call my sons, a stepson from a prior marriage. And I've got my 2 fur babies. I'm a daughter of a hardworking mechanic and welder who had his own business for many years, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom. So I also had the joy and honor of being an adopted daughter to a wonderful woman named Nana Jan. And that's how I became Mandy. That was her name for me. She refused to call me Amanda. I'm also a coach, a community leader, and advocate. I believe in youth sports. I'm a Pisces. I'm a truck owner and a proud country girl here, but I do come out of the courtesy city of Willoughby here in Northeast Ohio. Baseball mom, I love wind therapy, and I'm a fan of food. Realtors have to eat. That's the best thing about open houses is what food am I going to bring and what are we going to enjoy together in those kitchens and looking at homes with people.
Nice. Well said. Appreciate that. Love to get the different side of our professionals here on The Closing Table, Amanda. So let's get into the nitty gritty, starting off with your market. Can you, for our audience, describe your market for us geographically? Where are you? Surrounding areas, notable landmarks, attractions, etc.
I have lived in Northeast Ohio my entire life. So for real estate specifically, I'm Lake Geauga in Ashtabula County, which is suburbs of Cleveland, and also on the Pennsylvania border. So we have a lot of landmarks. I think the Great Lake area is probably the most well-known, but many people know the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, our sports that I'm not quite as into because I have children, but many people love our professional sports teams, just everything that the North Coast has to offer, just amazing beaches, water, restaurants, historic things, parks. And truly, for me, I think the biggest and most amazing part of being in Northeast Ohio and working here is this is my community. I don't plan on leaving. I plan on staying. And where I'm at now, I'm in Lake County. It does give me that flexibility. Can I go to Cuyahoga County, Medina County, down to Mahoning County? Yes. Have I? Will I continue? Absolutely. Where my clients need me to go, that's where we're going.
All right. So, do you have any other details regarding your market that you can share with our audience regarding like maybe average pricing of the homes, average square footage, average time on the market, that type of temperature?
It's still an amazing market. In
Hmm.
terms of days on market, it does differ when you're working in a few different counties. But we're looking at about 20 to 40 days total market time. But typically on a new listing, it's amazing still. And some days I go, wow, really, where you put this property in the market, you spend, however long amount of time it takes to get the property ready and work with your sellers and to actually get that live listing going, market it, do your networking thing with realtors and do open houses like I'm doing one Saturday. But to
Hmm.
sometimes have offers in before you even do those things, as soon as it hits, you're getting them and people are showing the properties and getting out there. So it can be a matter of hours sometimes before someone is under a contract or looking at offers and reviewing them. And then to get all the way to closing, that's that final date. So from the beginning of the listing all the way to the end when it closes, that's your total market time. But you'll see a lot of listing agents, and have I done it too? Of course, because it is amazing. And for your sellers and that buyer to say, wow, this house was on the market and under a contract within 4 hours or 72 or however long amount of time it takes. But it is an amazing thing. It's very fast paced. Still, I was hoping it would slow down a little bit, but that hasn't quite happened because the inventory
Mm,
levels are quite low. I was
right.
looking at data for the past, 5 years that I've been in this amazing industry, and to see 300 houses was average, and now we've got about 100 in Ashtabula County on the market. That's a
Hmm.
significant drop.
Correct.
Um, Square footage can completely change depending on if you're in a city limit, smaller housing, getting into some of the newer construction. But on average, we're seeing about $130 a square foot in both counties. I
Okay.
really targeted my search on Ashtabula and Lake County for today. But Ashtabula is about 131 a square foot. Lake County can be up to about 150 or more per square foot right now on average.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if I maybe misheard this or whatever the case may be, but my question to you is I believe I'm seeing a lot of residents kind of move into that area, that Northeast Ohio area. Are you seeing an influx of residents move to that area? If so,
Yes.
what are these unique qualities that are attracting people?
For me, and I will reference, so many amazing platforms that are out there like Zillow, Realtor.com, these great connection sites that allow someone in another state, in another market who's maybe relocating for work, whatever their situation is, but to get them connected to someone local, it's great. And, job relocations, people that are moving, to downsize, retirement,
Mm,
secondary houses, investors, Airbnbs, our communities, and here, especially Lakefront and Ashtabula, Willowick,
right.
all the way to Cleveland, it does allow for those opportunities. And it's been amazing to see that influx of people who do want to come up and enjoy the lake. We have amazing wineries, Ashtabula County and some sections of
Mm,
Lake County, Grand River Cellars, Stonegate, some really amazing places to come out and to see things and do things and be part of that culture. It's just awesome. And then you have, those great little niches in the inner city like Ashtabula Harbor. What an amazing turnaround and opportunity for people to really get out there and do that old school, like, let's go walk a downtown area, right?
hmm.
Nothing against big malls and big things like that, big box stores, great. But if you want that real local feel, we have that. Downtown Willoughby, my hometown, to see that change as I was growing up and to still be able to go down there. They do a Rib Fest, they do all these live music events. There's
Oh,
just
nice.
so much out here in employment. People, we've got great jobs, great opportunities. Things are still happening up here. So you can come up here to
Mm,
retire, job changes. My last client actually closes in a couple of days here. His job relocated him from Mississippi up here to their
mm.
corporate office. So there you go.
Interesting. Interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're really selling that market. It sounds like a really nice place to be at this point. Plus, we got the weather looking nice. The sun. I imagine it's
It
a great
is.
place
I'm
to
looking
be.
out my window right now. I'm like, the sun is
Yeah,
finally out. We're going to be
I
at
know, right?
74 degrees.
Oh man, we gotta soak it in right now. So you're representing your brand, Home Smart. You're representing your brand right now. Can we talk about it? Talk about your team, the leadership, and how you all utilize your resources to, help out your clients and community.
So I have been in real estate for 5 years, and I just came over to HomeSmart very recently, and I'm so excited. HomeSmart
Hmm.
Real Estate Momentum, a national company, been around 23 years. And
Mm.
here in Northeast Ohio specifically, we have 4 offices. We will be expanding into Ashtabula County. We're very excited. That is our Pope Partners group specifically, myself, Teresa Barrier Pope, Lori Mackey, and Jenica Lehman. Our team has worked in Ashtabula County all this time. So to bring HomeSmart out there in the way that we do real estate and to have over 260 agents in our brokerage
Woo.
across Ohio is amazing.
Nice.
I will say with HomeSmart too, for us, we have a lot of what we call snowbirds, and God love them. They live part of the year in a nice sunshine state, like we're talking about sunshine right now. And then the winters, they don't want to be up here. So
Mm.
you have that wonderful capability. We are, I hate to say nationwide and worldwide, we have that capacity with this many agents and with our broker and company owner, where we have agents in Florida. I can get a hold of someone in Arizona in 30 seconds. If you need that
Mm.
referral, we can do that. And vice versa. Someone in Florida that wants to move to Ohio, hey, let me give somebody a call and get you connected. And we work together. It really is smoother, easier for everybody, and communication is the key. So I'm very excited to be over at HomeSmart and to be doing things with the team, those women I've worked with specifically for 5 years.
Mm.
It's awesome. And then to be able to join forces with HomeSmart Real Estate Momentum has just been a blessing. And it's just going to be amazing for everyone.
Nice. Thank you for sharing that. We appreciate it. Lets us know exactly what your brand is doing and how it's being represented in the community and how it helps people. So when we're getting into the process, we're talking about a bunch of different steps that's required in this transaction, but something that stood out to me that I didn't know too much about were pre-listing inspections. Can you speak on why sellers should get a pre-listing home inspection?
You know, Pre-listing inspections are great. They truly are. We as an agent, we come out, we can meet with you at your property, we can go over numbers, we can walk your house. Myself, I like to know it all. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
But for peace of mind for a seller, and I had a wonderful friend and client who was selling her home. She had lived there for about 4 years, and she was a nervous wreck. And I said, Shannon, we're gonna call home inspector. We're gonna do a pre-listing inspection. She had no, she goes, what do you mean? What do you mean? I said, it will have him come through the home, looking at every aspect, electrical, plumbing, everything that they normally would do for a buyer. And we did. We found an opportunity. So instead of waiting until after we're showing the houses, you've got a contract going and then they find something. You can fix it right there. Share that report with the buyers. It really does. Peace of mind, again, is amazing to have. And to have that licensed professional in Ohio, all of our home inspectors are licensed. So there's no, oh, did they check something? No, it's very streamlined. They do a great job. And it does. For some people, it's an absolute win. For others, maybe not. They were in a newer construction home. They're still under a warranty. They don't feel that they need to have it. But absolutely, for those that choose to do it, it usually goes off and they're just loving it. As an
Right.
agent, do I think it's a win? Of course. Always best to be proactive and have a plan.
Mhm.
Okay, if we don't find anything great, can the buyer still do an inspection? Of course they can.
Right.
Absolutely. But a pre-listing
Right.
inspection all day. I've been talking about it for almost 5 years. There's a
Mm.
couple of them that have really taken it to the next level. They're out there and they're showing videos and sharing things on social media, Facebook.
Mhm.
Hey, we found this. Sometimes they're funny and you think to yourself, how did someone not catch that before? But it's our homes. Do we always open every nook and cranny? Do we go in our attics every day?
Precisely.
No.
Precisely.
Yep. So
So,
that's why they're
okay,
there.
I'm glad you brought that up. So, this is a real life scenario that a friend is going through right now. I want to see if you can kind of help me with this. I'm
Uh-oh.
curious because he says he had a leak through his roof and the water somehow made its way down to the lower level, and now he's finding mold in between the walls. So he obviously didn't catch this during the inspection. So how do you ensure that you are getting a thorough inspection so that you don't find mold in between the walls later on?
Well, and I feel bad for your friend. That is definitely not a situation that's joyful, but it can have
Yeah.
a positive resolution.
Hmm.
One, leaks could happen, and I know here in my own area, I had a gutter come off the corner of my own home. Same thing. Heard
Mm.
water, said, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" It was in my crawl space, luckily. But I think one, at the time of his inspection, maybe that leak wasn't there. Maybe they didn't catch it. Some inspectors
True.
do. They have these amazing high tech gadgets, and I'm not going to say it right, and they will make fun of me. We still laugh. I call it the water wand. It's not a water wand. There's a really good, professional, and more technological term for it. Thermal
Scientific
scanners,
word.
all these devices that they have. Maybe they didn't use that on that inspection.
Right.
So maybe it was a slow leak. I don't know the specifics, but I do know water can cause some damage. And when we get into the M word, mold, moisture. For us as agents, we're not mold specialists. Do we all know
Yeah.
what it looks like and what it is? Of course. But we want to make sure that your friend hopefully would reach back out to their home inspector that did their inspection. How long ago was it? Do they have any home warranty on the property? And start getting some contractors out there. There's great companies that can come out. There's some things that homeowners can do on their own, but find the source of the leak. Absolutely.
For
If it's
sure.
the roof, it's got to get fixed. You can take care of the basement, but if you don't get to the source, it's still going to keep happening.
Facts, facts. Thanks for explaining that. So just real quick follow-up question to that. Would any of that responsibility fall on the inspector for not finding that, or is he completely cut from any accountability?
So it would depend on, their contract with that home inspector. Again, if the
Mm,
time and date of service was the roof snow cover, there's so many variables, so many factors that could go into that
right.
answering. Everything's situational. But I know a
Gotcha.
good home inspector is going to come back out again, depending on time frame. If your friend's been in the house for 3 years since that home inspection was done, that's a lot of time that could go on. And again, where are they
Gotcha.
at? Are they right on the lake? Are they getting the winds? What's the pitch of the roof? What was the age of the roof? There's so many
Mm,
specific things to go over to figure out. But if it's a new roof, oh yeah, does it
yeah.
go back to the home inspector? Depends.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully you painted a picture for some of our audience, maybe experiencing some things like that also. Amanda, you said in a conversation we had before, quote, you never cut buyers agents short, end quote. Now, I'm not a real estate agent, so I have no idea what that means. So can you take the time to explain what this means and how this, actually helps?
It's a great question. So in the real estate transaction, and everyone always asks, "Oh my gosh, you guys, you make so much money. It's all this money. You're going to get paid this and this and this. What do you do?" Listing agent, listing brokerage. Buyer's agent, buyer's brokerage.
Mm,
Commission is split. So for a buyer's agent, and I know I'm a buyer's agent and I'm a listing agent. I've done it all. Um, the buyer's agent should never get cut short. They're absolutely a pivotal part of the transaction. They're possibly doing more driving. You're going to your inspections. Are you meeting with contractors? How many times are you taking that buyer to the home? So when you're not cutting a buyer's agent short, and one of our amazing things about HomeSmart is we have a very set company policy on how buyer's agents will be compensated and paid for their services and in the profession. It is company wide. So
mhm.
they're never getting cut short. Um, do things happen? Absolutely. When you put your home on the market and you do want to attract everyone and not just only, certain agents showing houses, we want everyone to have that opportunity to come out. So if you're not paying that buyer's agent, why would they want to show your house?
Good
Pretty
point.
simple philosophy to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, good point. Okay. Okay. You're also a Zillow Premier agent. I don't
I
have too
am.
many agents or guests on the show that have that title. Can you just speak on that title and how that plays a role in your career and your profession?
So Zillow, people will talk about Zestimates and Zillow, and I think it's truly a great platform. I'm very grateful for Zillow. Realtor.com, there's so many third-party sites out here now. I couldn't even
Hmm.
list them all, but when I first started at the old brokerage that I was at, we were approached and we took this opportunity with Zillow. I'm very proud of that year that I had to take 40 clients who literally made a phone call or tapped on their phone or sent a text to Zillow and said, I need some real estate help, or I have a question on a house. I want to buy something, but I don't know how. And we took all of those people and successfully got them into houses. And for me, coming back out of that for 4 years to see the growth, many people will not set foot in a house. They want to see everything online just because of our modern day amazing technological advances and just how
Right.
the market is. But does it always work? No. If you have someone who's using Zillow, they're not in Ohio, but they want that house.
Hmm.
Who's going to go see it for them? Who's going to do a video tour? I did, still doing them. I've had so many amazing people who I spoke to on the phone, emailed, texted, that I got through Zillow, connected through them. And I finally got to meet those people when we closed down their house and I got them their keys. Texas, Washington, Oregon, California. Again, my client now just moving up from the South and moving here to Ashtabula next week. Because things are so quickly moving, without that connection, they might have missed out on that house that they wanted. So to be a
Mm.
Zillow Premier agent, it means that my connections were successful. My reviews that people did upon their experience and me working for them, that they gave that feedback to Zillow, has helped me accomplish that. It's something I'm very proud of. And there are other agents that have done that on that platform. So it is a great thing to have that opportunity to use Zillow and to expand on it and to keep going with that. And I look forward to doing that in the future.
There you go. That's a great use of technology instead of shying away from it or looking at it as the
Yes,
enemy, whatever the
yes,
case may be. Yeah.
especially me, Miss Non-Technological Realtor. I'm still, when we were talking, I'm like, hey, Kevin, I'm going to write this down on pen and paper and then we'll circle back, right?
Right.
But it's been a blessing to me. Has it helped me to learn some
Hmm.
new things? Absolutely.
There you go.
Do I think it's going to continue to be a great platform for people? Yes.
Mm,
I
mm.
literally just had a conversation the other day with a client on Zillow, but they were looking for rentals. A lot of real estate agents don't do rentals, but of course I said I
Correct.
will help you as best I can. But what do you want to do long term? Do they want to buy a house? Yes, but they know right now they can't. Same thing.
Right.
So to be able to say, they found me on there and there was a review that they saw that I'd help someone with a rental. That's amazing.
Mm,
So it
mm.
really does go hand in hand. It's not just always about, listing your home, helping you buy a home. Sometimes there is rental opportunities. Everyone's situation is different. So that's one of the joys about Zillow and some of the other websites. And even here with our multiple listing service, we do have rentals that agents will list. So it's not like you're just out there on your own, like, oh, I got to find a rental or I got to find a house. I can tap on the computer and connect to someone. That's the joy of Zillow, is it connects you to a live person in the market that you're looking to buy real estate in. So it's not
Mm.
someone in Washington or an automated voice. They
Oh
connect
man.
you directly to our phones. It's awesome.
There you go. Talking to an actual human being. I'm so tired of pressing the one for English and doing. I'm tired of that. Just I want to talk to a person.
It is a joy.
I'm sorry.
I have to
I just had
say,
to
when
let that
my
out.
phone rings, at first it's that automated thing. It's usually, this is Alex from Zillow, and I'm like, oh gosh. But then there's that next possible client, and it has brought me, I will say, some days tears. Listening to people like, oh, this is my situation. I need something now. And sometimes it doesn't happen like that, right? Like we want this
Mm,
instant gratification with technology and everything, but real estate is, like you said, it's a process. So
there you
sometimes we've
go.
got to get started and have those conversations. And sometimes some of them are a little bit more harder, to tell someone, hey, we need to do these things and then we're going to get you there. We will get you to that end goal. That is how I run my business. Zillow allows us to work with them and, all these other realtors that I work with and people, lenders, title companies, everyone in this industry, and
Yep.
photographers, windowsill podcasts. I just did my radio spot this morning. It is a process and it's
Man.
multifaceted. So you've got to
Yep.
encompass it all.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was a very big statement right there. That's agreed. Yeah, it's a lot of different turning wheels that go into, especially if you want it to
Absolutely.
be a system that actually work, a well-oiled system, 100%.
Yep.
So before we get out of here, I want you to share any inspiring book, quote, movie, guidance, anything that you received through your lifetime. You feel like maybe turned your life for the better, inspired you, motivated you. Share that with us so we can be inspired also.
I will say, and that was a hard one. I am not a huge movie person. I don't watch a lot of TV. I'm on my computer. I'm working real
Hmm.
estate, or I'm at my kids' baseball games, right? I sponsor the team. Again, there's just so much that I do that downtime that I don't have, but I love to read. I'm an avid reader.
Mm,
And I think for me, it just always comes back to be the leader of the good. I've said that. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if someone said it to me when I was younger, but that literally is my line, my catchphrase. I tell my children this. I tell everyone at work, when someone's saying, oh, this is just happening, like your friend with the mold in their house, we go through a final walkthrough at house flood the day before we were supposed to get keys and sign closing docs.
oh.
And my client was they were very upset and rightfully so. But we
Hmm.
had this horrible weather issue up here. It was specifically in Perry, in the town I live in and where I work now. And I said, hey, we need to be the leaders of the good. I know this is hard. Take a breath. I'm going to breathe with you. I'll cry with you too. It was very upsetting. We didn't know the damage to the underside in this crawl space. But I said, we need to be the
Mm,
leaders of the good right now. This is a vacant home. There was nobody here. A pipe is probably burst. We're going to figure it out. And I really have taken that in. And when I became Realtor Mandy, 5 years ago, it was a DJ, I will say Jeremy James, a local celebrity, if you will. Amazing, amazing man, track coach, family guy, not a realtor. Um, Doing my first radio spot with him, and he said, Brandy and Mandy. And I went, oh my gosh, only my Nana calls me Mandy. But she just passed away in December, and she was always that person.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you. And I did. I said, I'm going to stay, I'm going to be Realtor Mandy in her honor. She was the most kind, compassionate person, and she was always pushing me. Be the leader of the good. Go get it. Don't be scared of anything. And even if you fail in something, leaving a company that I worked for and was very proud of, and to come over and to do this new real estate endeavor at HomeSmart, her voice in my head the whole time. Go get it, girl. Be the leader of the good. Help people. And all of my, well, not all, but most, I will say most of my clients have said that. My God, you answer your calls at 10 o'clock at night, or you're texting me back, like I'll call you right back. I do want to encompass that and continue that. So being the leader of the good doesn't just mean you sell a house. It's how you treat people. We were talking about fair housing and so many things,
Yeah.
especially with me working in these different counties. Um, Fair housing is an amazing thing. Does it need to exist? Yes. And as a good realtor
Hmm.
practicing fair housing, we give out that paperwork every client every time. There's so many things that we have to do, and if you're following the laws and being the leader of the good, you're not going to have any struggles. It's going to be all great. And hopefully, when things do happen, like water leaks and roof leaks, you're being the leader of the good. It might not be the exact resolution you want at the exact time, but you're going to get your client there.
Right. Right. 100%, 100%. Well said. We appreciate that. Well, thank you so much for pulling up a seat here to the
Thank you.
closing table, Amanda. We appreciate you for giving us a lot of education and game here. Before we leave, if you have any last words and or want to tell the people how to reach out to you, please do so now.
Absolutely. I think homeownership is a great thing. I was out of a criminal justice background. I had a home-based daycare for years until I got into this field, and it's been a blessing. I will never, ever regret the day I made this decision. And I've been so blessed. And for anyone who wants to have a conversation about what this industry can do for them, you want to sell a house, you want to buy a house, you need a rental, you just need someone to talk to. I'm always available, absolutely. Unless I'm at my children's baseball game. If I'm coaching that team, I'm sorry, I may be unavailable for 2 hours, 2 nights a week during the spring and summer. But it's really easy to get a hold of me, 440-655-3362. I have learned, again, talking about technology, that you can literally Google search, a realtor name. It's amazing. It can take you right to the state of Ohio for the Division of Real Estate, our Facebook page, and for HomeSmart, you can literally Google search HomeSmart Real Estate Momentum. It's going to pull up every branch. You can go right to our website there. You can select through what state you need, find an agent. You can find us there. And for myself and my team at the Pope Partners, Teresa Barrier Pope has been in real estate for 38 years. And my mentor, my fearless leader, as I say, to have that broker is my team leader, is amazing. And we have done great things, and we're going to continue to do great things. So you can Google search and literally see her driving around, and she may not like this, but she has the vanity plate. It's the Pope. She is known in her community in real estate as the Pope. It's her email. So there's a multitude of ways to get a hold of us, but you can find us on the web, HomeSmart Real Estate Momentum, and get to Ohio, and it'll take you to our mentor office. And then very, very soon, we'll have that Ashtabula office up and running. So great things are happening with HomeSmart Real Estate Momentum, my career, and the Pope Partners group that I'm so blessed to be working with 3 other amazing realtors.
There you go. Well said. Well said. And we got to give kudos to the leadership over there at HomeSmart brand. Also, attitude reflects leadership, and you have a very, very great attitude, positive attitude. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. For our YouTube audience watching right now, if you've gotten to this point in the video, now's your time to hit that like button. Also, make sure you share the content and subscribe to our channel. And if you are listening on Apple, Spotify, any other podcast platforms, please do the same. Give us a like, a 5-star rating, and subscribe for our latest content. Amanda, I'm going to leave our audience with a question before we leave. Hey, audience, have you ever bought or sold a home that had a unique or unusual history or backstory to it? I'm interested to find out. Leave your comments below. Besides that, we'll talk to you next time.